Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another Plan With Me video for my bullet journal. This one is going to be for August. I decided to do a theme this time. Last time I had those new highlighters and I really like them. I love the colors, I love the pastel, but I felt like it was getting a little boring just doing different color combinations and I wanted to do a little bit of doodling this time. So I went with a sunflower theme. We plant flowers at my work in the spring and they're just now starting to bloom and it's really beautiful and I just wanted to incorporate a little bit of that.
So I started off drawing these sunflowers with the pen first, and then I went back and filled them in with color, thinking that it would have enough time to dry. Unfortunately, it didn't really have enough time to dry. I went back and filled it in, but the yellow smeared, and I feel like the yellow, you're just like never can come back from smearing black ink with a yellow marker. So after this page, I tried my best not to touch the black ink with the colored markers, but it's really hard not to do that. So you'll see on my weather page in a few minutes that I decided to draw the sunflowers with the colored markers first and then go back and do the outline with the pen. However, this pen is a gel pen and it didn't work very well on top of the marker, so I had to get a fine liner and I feel like that worked really well. So if you are going to do any doodling, do the color first and then fill in the outline with a mid liner or a fine liner or something. I did keep most of the same pages in my August that I had in my July, but I did change a couple of things up. As you see right there, I just messed up and drew a line at the top of the page when I was only supposed to draw it at the 31-day mark, but I just decided to incorporate that into my design, and you'll see how that comes together in a few minutes. This page on the right here is once again going to be my tip tracker. I do rearrange it a little bit, but it has all the same stuff. I track the bills that I get, the coins that I get, the total money, and my total hours worked for that day so that I can go back and see how much money I'm making per hour for that month. These two pages here are where I put my spending tracker, expense tracker, finance tracker, however you want to say it. It's where I keep track of my income, which includes my paychecks, my tips, and any other money that I receive from any other things I do. I also started quilting recently, so I added that this month as well, in addition to what I get from my actual job. I also use this page to keep track of my bills and my due dates for those bills and how much I'm paying. And I also use this bottom half of the first page and the second page to keep track of my day-to-day spending, which includes groceries and of course online shopping. Living in a remote town, you don't really have a lot of stores to spend money at, so you spend a lot of time on Amazon. My weather tracker this month looks completely different from the rest of my months because I normally do those rings, one for every day, but this time I did a little sunburst and each ray is representing one day. It's a little different. It's a thicker space to color for each day, so I feel like it's going to be more overlapping marker, and I feel like I don't really like that look. There's also this big empty spot in the middle and through the bottom left corner, but I'm going to fill that in with some sunflowers. You'll see how I use the markers to fill in the color of the sunflowers first, and then I'll go back in with a fine liner and do the outline of those sunflowers. This next page is where I do my self-care trackers, which is my step tracker and my sleep tracker. This first one is steps, and I track them by thousands. So when I go across the top, I'll write 1 through 12, but that stands for 1,000 through 12,000. I end up doing a little bar graph for this one, and it looks good when it's finished. On this side, I do my sleep tracker, and I actually fill in the numbers of each hour of each day, and it takes forever, so I'll fast forward through that part. I almost forgot about my whole sunflower theme when I was doing these pages, so I quickly squeezed a sunflower on this side and then put a leaf on the left side, which I think pulls it all together, and then I obviously chose colors that went with that theme, so it kept it kind of consistent. Here's a little flip through to see how this whole month flows together. I'll probably make a video updating you on how this weather page turns out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it or how it's gonna look when it's done, so we'll do that. This last page after my self-care tracker is where I will start my dailies for the month. I don't do weekly spreads because I feel like there could be not enough room, there could be too much room, so I just like to do dailies so that way I leave the right amount of room and I'm not wasting an entire notebook of pages that I'm not really filling out. What I use my daily pages for is mostly to-do lists, but if I have any journaling that I want to keep track of, like if something exciting happened that day or something life-changing, I'll write that in there. Maybe if I just want to vent, I'll just write a little bit of journaling. It's always fun to do a little bit of that every now and then. Thanks so much for watching this month's Plan With Me video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.